that'd be great.
Oh, sponsors, you know, that's
Talking about basically this. So the podcast is Pointers for Life. So we give, because we're the experts on fun and how to have a great, wonderful life and living it to the fullest. So we now have interviewed your son, your dad, your mom about how they had fun back in the day and what they do now. So we have to ask you the same question.
So what I do for fun now is a lot different than back in the day.
Well, we can start from back in the day.
Start with back in the day.
So, like when I was George's age, growing up, played a lot outside, a lot of sports. We would ride our four-wheeler around the farm. We would pull our cousins, and my brother would pull me on things we probably shouldn't have been pulled on behind a four-wheeler.
Like what? Give me one example. Like a sled?
No, we would take a piece of plywood, cut a hole in it. I'd steal some rope from my dad, and we would tie it around a four-wheeler, and we would drive it around as much as we could until we got caught.
And then we'd sling people off that.
We'll sling people off that. We take them in creeks.
What did you call that board?
That was called a weenie board. That's how creative we were. Not much, in the marketing area there.
Did you ever go water skiing on the creek behind that four-wheeler?
Yeah, so the statute of limitations is probably up on this one. But we were probably a little older than George at this age, maybe 8th grade, high school. There was enough water in the local creek, so we convinced a St. Louis cousin that we water skied behind a four-wheeler all the time. So we would have a four-wheeler on the bank, and he'd be on a ski in the creek, and we would pull him. And one of our neighbors, one of Dad's friends, seen us and told Dad what we were doing one day.
Boy.
That never happened again. In any generation. It was a pretty dumb one.
If there would be a puddle out in the field, low spot, and there's some water, they would water ski. They'd spin around in that wet grass and on water skis. Oh my God.
He's over there cringing because he cares so much about his dang grass. We have a postage stamp of the backyard. And he's like, nobody walk on the grass.
We didn't have a yard.
Dude,
The side yard was a wiffle ball field. Wiffle ball, it was nothing but dirt. And every spring I'd resow it. And then I said, well, why? They're having fun. Their kids are going to be gone.
Yeah.
So we let it. That was their ball field.
Dad would put stakes around it so he couldn't get in there. And the day he took the stakes out, everywhere again, whole plate was sitting there. He'd come home and he'd kind of look at it, kind of just shake his head and walk in the house. So we kind of broke him there a little bit. But that's kind of carried on with generations. I had the same thing in my front yard. And I didn't really try it.